Welcome to this summary of Stephen Covey's timeless classic, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. This book has influenced millions of lives worldwide, offering a principle-centered approach to solving personal and professional challenges. Today, we're breaking down the 7 habits that Covey outlines to help you achieve lasting success and meaningful change in your life. Introduction: the paradigm shift. Before we dive into the habits, let's start with the concept of a paradigm shift. Covey begins by explaining that our perception of the world shapes how we think and act. To become more effective, it's not just about doing things better or faster. It's about changing the way we see and approach our lives. Covey urges us to shift from focusing on personality ethics, which are superficial and concerned with public image, to character ethics, which are based on timeless principles like fairness, integrity, and honesty. This shift in perspective is the foundation for all 7 habits. Habit 1. Be proactive. The first habit is be proactive. This habit is all about taking responsibility for your life. Covey teaches that proactive people focus on their circle of influence, the things they can control, instead of their circle of concern, which includes everything outside their control. By concentrating on what you can influence, you'll gradually expand your ability to make a difference. Being proactive means recognizing that you have the power to choose your response to any situation. It's about using self-awareness, imagination, conscience, and independent will to act based on your values, not just your moods or circumstances. Habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. Next, we have begin with the end in mind. This habit is about having a clear vision of your desired future and making decisions that align with that vision. Covey encourages us to create a personal mission statement, a blueprint for our lives based on our deepest values and goals. He emphasizes that everything is created twice, first in the mind and then in reality. So, it's crucial to visualize your end goals and ensure that your daily actions align with your long-term objectives. Habit 3. Put first things first. Now let's move on to put first things first. This habit is all about prioritization and time management. Covey introduces the time management matrix, which categorizes tasks based on urgency and importance. He argues that highly effective people spend most of their time in quadrant 2, which includes activities that are important but not urgent, like planning, prevention, and relationship building. By focusing on these long-term, high-impact activities, you can prevent crises and reduce the time spent on less important tasks. It's also about learning to say no to things that don't align with your priorities. Habit 4. Think win-win. The fourth habit is think win-win. This habit focuses on seeking mutually beneficial solutions in your interactions with others. Covey explains that life isn't a zero-sum game. There's plenty for everyone. When you approach relationships with an abundance mentality, you're more likely to find solutions that benefit all parties involved. To think win-win, you need to build strong relationships based on trust and be willing to balance courage with consideration, expressing your needs while also understanding the needs of others. Habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. Habit 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. Covey emphasizes the importance of empathetic listening. Most of us listen with the intent to reply, not to understand. But to communicate effectively, we need to listen deeply to others, genuinely seeking to understand their perspective before sharing our own. Empathetic listening means paying attention not just to words, but also to the underlying emotions and concerns. This type of listening builds trust and opens the door to more meaningful communication. Habit 6. Synergize. Moving on to synergize, the sixth habit. Synergy is about creative cooperation, working together to achieve goals that none of us could achieve alone. Covey describes synergy as the highest activity in all life, the true test and manifestation of all the other habits combined. To synergize, you need to value differences and recognize that these differences can lead to better solutions. It's about working together in a way that capitalizes on each person's strengths, leading to outcomes that are greater than the sum of their parts. Habit 7. Sharpen the saw. Finally, we come to sharpen the saw, the 7th habit. This habit is about self-renewal and continuous improvement. Covey uses the metaphor of a saw that has become dull from overuse. If you don't take time to maintain and renew your personal resources, you can't be effective. He identifies 4 dimensions of renewal: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. To maintain balance and effectiveness in your life, you need to regularly invest in all 4 areas: exercise, eat healthily, challenge your mind, build strong relationships, and connect with your inner values. Conclusion: the journey to effectiveness. Covey's 7 habits are not a quick-fix program, but a process of personal growth and change. Developing these habits requires time, effort, and commitment. But by internalizing these principles, you can transform not only your personal effectiveness, but also your relationships, career, and overall quality of life. Integrating the habits. To wrap it all up, let's talk about how these habits fit together. The first 3 habits: be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put first things first. Focus on self-mastery and moving from dependence to independence. Covey calls this the private victory. The next 3 habits: think win-win, seek first to understand, then to be understood and synergize. Focus on developing effective relationships and moving from independence to interdependence. This is known as the public victory. And finally, the 7th habit, sharpen the saw, is about continuous improvement and renewal, ensuring that the other habits remain strong and effective. By consistently applying these 7 habits, you'll find yourself on a path to true, lasting success and fulfillment. So start today and begin your journey toward becoming a highly effective person.